Hello, I'm Rakesh Dalal, and today I have Miss Satya with me. Satya has just finished a one-to-one session regarding elimination with me, and let us hear from Satya her story and see how this elimination course has helped her. So, Satya, you started your preparation for UPSC in your engineering days, and that will be 3 or 4 years from now. And the serious preparation happened, like the full-time preparation happened for around 2 years for now
Yes, sir.
before taking your first attempt, which was in 2022. Last year was your first attempt.
Yes, sir.
You could not clear it, unfortunately, and 2023 will be your second attempt. So first, let us see, after even 3 or 4 years of preparation, which normally is a pretty long amount of time to prepare for any given exam, why do you feel you were not able to clear even the first stage of this exam?
So because firstly, I think the fear of fear of performance, and second one is the not having the right guidance, the right thing to do, like right sources to do. I think the main reason is that.
So fear means the poor mental health, that
Hmm.
all the negativity, all the misconceptions that are there in the so to say the market, in society about this exam, those led to blockage of your performance.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if these are the two main problems, one is the misconceptions that are there about this preparation and lack of mentorship. These are the two problems which compromise your first attempt. How did this course help? We have just finished a session, this 2 hour session that we took. So how did this session and this course overall is helping you with this?
Firstly, I'm relieved because of the confidence that comes while solving the questions. Second one is the guidance, the mentorship that is provided. I think they provide a good platform to be safe and like to be calm
Okay.
and have
So
self confidence.
okay. So overall, you are saying that this session has made this shift possible from you. It has given you this evidence that questions are not to be done just via knowledge, because will I be correct when I say that the main source of this mental stress and bad mental health is the excessive stress on knowledge, which everyone thinks this exam is about? Will I be correct when
So
I say that?
excessive stress on knowledge is not going to like help. It will definitely affect our mental health. And secondly, our performance. Ultimately, it will definitely affect our performance also.
Mm,
And I think shifting from that knowledge based studying to like morely in a holistic and a comprehensive way, like
mm,
understanding the questions,
mm,
understanding the previous questions, the
mm,
statements given,
mm,
and eliminating it.
mm.
I think that will help.
Okay. So what, like, knowledge is certainly important for this exam. Without knowledge you cannot just clear any
Yes,
exam,
sir.
but
Pace is important.
base is important. So what kind of knowledge should one focus on? Should it be like everything that is there, like it is said that everything under the sun is important for this exam, you must know all things to answer the
No,
question?
sir. No, sir.
What kind of
After
things?
my first attempt, I could understand that not everything under the sun is important. What there are certain important subjects like the five big five, and after that, for each book, each subject, we have one important book. We
Hmm,
have to concentrate on that. That is our base. And
hmm,
after that, in order to improve our marks,
hmm,
I think the elimination techniques, the
hmm,
art of solving the questions,
hmm,
will definitely help
hmm.
us.
Okay. So how many questions do you feel now after taking this session? Multiple kinds of questions you have seen, and that puts the evidence that seemingly a very difficult question, that digital India question was there, right? Small
Hmm.
finance bank question was there. So many different questions, asteroids and comets question was there. So many different kinds of questions are there which are seemingly very if you go via knowledge, which you are going in the comments question, for example, metallic, will it be metallic, you know uh, uh, but then when you said that this is general feature, the question is focusing on the general feature, you were doubting that not all comets may be metallic, but the question was not about all comets, the question was actually about the general feature of comets and asteroids.
If I would go with the knowledge one, I would definitely, make that question wrong.
Hmm.
But in order to understand the question, what is it is asking about? What it really want to convey, sir. After knowing that, I could make it correct.
You could
Otherwise,
make
it
it
would
correct.
be definitely wrong.
Yes. So you went with the energy of the question. You felt the question first, and then you approached it. It solved itself, right?
Yes.
If you are going via knowledge, that so much stress and anxiety will be there in your mind that you will be, suspicious of every
If I
word
used
given
to
in the
go with
question.
the if I used to go with the previous approach, I would think that I don't know about the comets. I don't know about the asteroids. Now,
Hmm.
what I could do?
Hmm.
See, something is wrong with me. I
Hmm.
haven't learned that. I
Yes.
haven't go through that. We have
Yes.
to go through that. It is a
Yes.
knowledge game.
Yes.
No, it is not about knowledge game at all. It is about knowledge is important, but the second part of it is the application.
Yes.
What you have learned.
Yes. So
In the
you.
third statement, I could see that firstly it has tail, so definitely third statement is right. So I have to go through the rest of the second
Yes.
option and the first option, and
Statement.
I
Yeah.
could eliminate the
Uh,
second option, and
uh,
I could link the first option and the third option,
uh,
so I could get the answer correct
yes.
by just knowing one statement in that.
Just knowing one statement. So basically you tapped your officer like qualities, you tapped your OLQs, and not just this fear mongering that you have to know about everything to solve this question. That creates a lot of stress. That stress will make you, you will be running after information, and to remember that information, even more stress. In the first place, you are reading a lot of things which are not needed, and in the second place, you are trying to remember them, and all of this is creating a mess in your mind, and this is the source of poor mental health for this exam, right?
Yes, sir.
Will we be correct if we say this?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Okay, so now you have seen these questions, these kind of questions are best to be done via elimination. There are certain kind of questions which are best to be done via knowledge. So what do you feel is the ratio of the questions which you expect after taking this course, which you expect that you can do via elimination comfortably, and how many questions are there which you feel hardcore knowledge is still needed?
So, firstly, the base, I mean, the knowledgeable questions, like they will be around 30 to 40 questions, definitely. That we have to go through the basic books, we have to learn it, revise it, and do it with our basic knowledge. And elimination won't work in that place, that 30 to 40 questions. And rest be 60 to 50 to
50
60
to 60
questions.
questions.
They are the game of elimination. They have to be done through elimination.
This is a
Knowledge is
pretty
also important here. Definitely, it is important. Previous knowledge is important, but the art of like what is not important, what is really asked in the question, what is the question conveying. I think that will be done only through understanding the PYQs, understanding why it is not correct, and then eliminating the rest of the options and reaching the correct option. I think that will be done only through elimination.
So this is a very big figure you are saying, Satya. 50 to 60. In fact, 60 to 70 questions also. It depends. This fluctuates. Like 50 to 70, we can say is the range. Or let's just keep it conservative. 50 to 60. This is a massive figure when it comes to doing questions without knowledge via elimination. If this is so, why do we have these, elimination courses, even the ones which are paid? Right? Even the ones which are paid, saying that after taking XYZ course, you will be getting maybe 15 to 20 extra marks. That means maybe 7 to 10 odd questions you will be able to do. But if you are saying that 50 to 60 questions can be done via elimination, why are those paid products and even the free products? I mean, we'll talk about the free videos on YouTube, how they are performing. So why do you feel those products are not able to claim this kind of value for the student?
So the techniques used here is something very different.
Are you talking of my course here now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
The techniques or the thing we understand the question, how to decipher from the question, how to understand the options. I don't think we can find like this outside. And the mentorship, the understanding you give us, how to understand the question, how to read the question correctly. Firstly, very important thing is that reading the question, understanding the main idea of the question. Everything can't be done fastly. Going fastly, everything can't be answered. I think going slow at times also will answer it. And everyone is very interested in doing everything fastly. And not everyone is interested in doing it slow and giving it enough time, enough research in it.
Okay, so this is like going against the grain of what traditional wisdom, so to say, about UPSC preparation is: be fast, be quick, be, knowledge heavy. We are actually seeming to go against everything what people have been saying for decades now about UPSC. Does it
Yes.
not make you afraid that you are not going in the direction of what everyone is saying, but you are trusting some random person, me in this case, and you're basing your attempt on what I am telling you to do. Does not feel.
So, but that is based on some research. That is based on some logic that I have experienced by myself.
Yes,
Without
this is more
experiencing,
important.
one can't say that whether one will be correct or not.
Yes.
After experiencing it, we can say it.
So you
So I
have
have
you are now
experienced
fully,
that.
so you are
Hmm.
fully confident of what I have to offer or what I have to tell you
Yes,
about this
yes,
exam based on evidence of what you yourself have felt from the products
yes,
that you have purchased from me.
yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So another thing, like the techniques which we discussed in today's class and in this course, they are not many, right? Maybe 6, 7 techniques are there in total. And uh, then there are other sources of elimination. Free ones are there, paid ones also are there. Different kinds of things are mentioned there. Certainly the number of techniques are much more than what we are using, and with just less number of techniques, 6, 7 techniques, we are confident that we can deal with 50 to 60 questions in the exam. Of course, I'm not saying all 50 to 60 will be correct. Some will go casualty also, some will go wrong also, but a good amount of questions which will be many times more than what the traditional sources are there, the free and the paid ones, we will have it for sure. That faith is there because the evidence is there. So what is the difference between just these small handful of techniques working out 50 to 60 questions and many times more techniques like 15, 20 techniques? Some I've seen products which are even saying 40, 42, 45 techniques are there, and still just the number of questions is 5, 10, 15 at max probably. So what difference do you feel between these two kinds of techniques?
I think that firstly, the maybe the number of techniques is small, but the application is very big. I think we can apply it in many instances, many number of questions.
Mm.
The if I can say about the would have heard technique,
Mm.
I think that can be easily applied on 20 to 22 questions easily, because
Mm.
that kind of technique I don't think so I have heard anywhere till
Mm.
now,
Mm.
and that is something very new for me today. And that kind of question, if I go to the previous year questions again, I can solve around 15 to 20 easily.
Mm.
Minimum 15 questions. That is going to be it.
Great, great. So
And
just
I have
one.
done it in this session also. In
uh,
front of you also, I could
Absolutely,
do the 10 questions which you have given me. I
absolutely,
could solve it using that technique.
absolutely. So many
And
questions are
evidence
there.
is there. Evidence is there.
Okay, okay. So if we say what we have discussed, are there really techniques which you have to remember, you have to mug up and you have to practice, or what feel do you get? Is it coming naturally? What is it that you
Yes,
think
sir,
about these?
absolutely, naturally. Once if we understand the technique, how in what situations we can use them,
Mm.
and then it will definitely come naturally to us. Like the situation, if I can use a certain technique in such and such questions,
Mm.
I can use it in n number of questions,
Mm.
and it comes naturally.
It comes naturally. Of course, a lot of practice is needed for it to come
Yes,
naturally.
definitely.
Yes, a lot of mistakes also you will have to make in the process of practicing the questions, because the more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. This is the
Yes,
philosophy
sir.
that we follow in this course. You make 100 mistakes, 200 mistakes, 300. I give the target of 300 mistakes to every student of this course. You make 300 mistakes, you record each of those mistakes, and you write why that mistake was made and what lesson you learned from that mistake. You do it for 300. If you give me 300 unique mistakes, nobody can stop you from clearing prelims. Like it's all about learning from our mistakes. So that requires a lot of practice, a lot of patience. But then this is going to pay off in your prelims by making these techniques come naturally to you, right? So you're saying that there's no stress of memorizing anything in this course.
No stress.
No stress. Oh, okay. Uh, I started this course on 1st of January actually, and this is the reason why I started. Like, this is the longest elimination course of the country today. 5 months elimination course started on 1st of January. It will continue till 20th of May. The reason is because you have to make these mistakes, you have to ask doubts, you have to, a lot of mentorship, a lot of one-to-one guidance, all these things, doubt sessions, etc. are there. It takes up that kind of energy, that kind of length of the course to do. But now it's just 50 days before the exam. Right? Today, as this date today is 6th of April. Just about 2 months, less than 2 months are there for the exam. Is it a right time to join this course now?
Sir, a first important criteria is that firstly we have to do with our basic books. We should do it. Basic knowledge is very important. After revising it once, I think at any point of time we can join this course. At any point of time.
Any point of time. So now also,
Yes.
if somebody joins, it is not too late. That's what you are saying.
Not too late. Not too late.
Not too late. Okay. Okay. Coming to the the most pinpointing, like pinching thing, so to say, the fees, the money, that whatever is the money to be paid for this course. I myself say that this is the most expensive elimination course of the country. You have also paid that money, right? Do you feel it is pinching you? Do you feel it is tough, or it is not justified by the value that this course is offering?
So I think firstly the mental calmness, the mental peace, and the mentorship provided, I think it is worth it. If someone has put in so much energy and effort in understanding the questions, so many number of questions and number of years, and rearranging them and doing it, understanding the techniques, what will be worked in which situation, and giving it ready made for me, and someone is really have done that work. They have saving my time, my energy, and giving mental peace. I don't think it is that pinching me. I don't feel that. I feel it is worth my money.
It is worth. Actually, I try my best that all my products, whatever products I release, they are giving many times more value to the student than what the student is paying for them. Do you feel that is happening in the ET? You have joined my RC course also, reading comprehension course.
Yes, sir.
You have joined my other products also, and this product also. Do you feel that is happening across all of these products? It is.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Okay. Okay. Is elimination overrated nowadays? This fear, or the sense, so to say, this market में एक trend चल रहा है कि elimination has been eliminated, UPSC is going after these techniques, and now nothing works. Best is go to books, learn, memorize, and attempt the paper. Do you think elimination is overrated?
Sir, I don't think so, because I myself have written the prelims 2022 question paper, and I was one of them, like them. Like elimination is eliminated one category. I was also once part of that category, and then once I was part of the prelims 2022. I have written my paper. I could understand, no, if we go through the PYQs correctly, understand like what the question is saying and how to eliminate the wrong options. I think that is an art. And the logic you develop going through that questions, I think that will be helpful in doing the next upcoming prelims, rather than some random question papers from coaching institutes. I don't think that can help, because they can't match the level of question, the question level from the UPSC.
The energy,
They won't be anywhere near.
Yes.
They won't be anywhere near the UPSC level. The pair questions, like the one pair correct, second pair correct, no coaching institute could think that kind of questions will be there. That UPSC could give us. Yes. And that will be we will be in that exam hall. We'll be saying that what have we done. Yes. We'll again go to the knowledge part of it. Logic part of it, I think we need to address that one, and that will come only through practice, and that of elimination practice.
Yes. In fact,
elimination won't be eliminated. Definitely no waste.
This, I agree with this very strongly on what you are saying, because this whole career is logic oriented. This whole career is about making decisions in uncertain and difficult situations, and you can't have knowledge of everything at all times present for you. And this is the theme across all of these years, and that is why knowledge is needed for just 30 to 40 questions. You cannot go beyond 40-45 questions if exceptionally bright you are in the knowledge domain. Most of the questions, more than 50% of the questions, are testing your logical thinking ability.
Yes, sir. For example, if I say about the 2022 paper itself, which I have attempted, the greenwashing question, no one ever, if he is an environmentalist or she is an environmentalist also, they won't study that. So that will be done only through eliminating.
Logical thinking.
The other
Similarly, that
options
DNA
are like,
barcoding
other
question was
options
there.
are very
Yes.
bizarre. We
Yes.
can't say that is correct.
Yes.
If we eliminate the incorrect one, automatically we'll reach the
Yes.
correct one.
Absolutely.
And that is only through logic, and logic will not be developed in a day.
Yes.
And
it
that
requires practice.
Yes, it requires practice, and that also correct practice.
Yes.
Incorrect practice is very much prevalent, but correct practice is needed.
And for correct practice, you need mentorship. And that is what is an important aspect of this course. That's what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Great, great. Many questions are there. In fact, Miyawaki method question is there, DNA barcoding question is there. So many questions of 2022 prelims are there. This rapid financing facility question was there. So many questions are there which are doable via elimination. Just if you have practice. This elimination term word has been just an abused word. When we say elimination, it is more of sane,
negative
logical
connotation
thinking.
is given to that.
Yes, now negative connotation has happened, but it's more of logical thinking. How, as an officer and as an educated Indian, are you supposed to deal with something? Just that. And this is why even a 21-year-old can crack this exam, and not even a PhD can crack at the same time, right? So this difference is there, and it is very important to understand that logic is needed for clearing this exam. Finally, Satya, how are you feeling about your chances in prelims? The other day we had a talk, and that was a pretty emotional and difficult thing to deal with, right? We were having that conversation. So much stress, so much negativity had compiled over all of these years. Today, after this class, how are you feeling of your chances in prelims?
So firstly, the mental health is very important, and I think the emphasis you give towards mental health is very important. And secondly, I feel confident. So, like the tools I have right now, they give me some confidence to tackle the questions in a better way, rather than stressing me towards having more knowledge, more knowledge. I think I can answer the questions in a logical manner rather than running towards knowledge.
You can answer. So the big change that has happened in your case is that shift from a stressful, anxious Satya to a calm, composed, and a hopeful Satya, right?
Yes, sir.
This can happen if you're listening to your heart, right? If you're going with your heart, this will happen. It is bound to happen, right? So Satya, that will be all in my, this became a pretty long feedback session actually, but then thank you so much for your patience and your time, and all the very best for your attempt. You have to practice at the end. Again, I'll reiterate, you have to practice the PYQ. The channel is there, the tagging is there, everything is there, and multiple times I've told you to do them at least 3 times. Do all of these questions in exactly the same way as I'm telling, and message me whatever doubts you may be having. Everything will be fine. You will see magic happening in prelims on 28th of May, right?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Satya. And
Thank you,
I'll stop the recording now. Thank you.